Hey, happy Sunday. I just got back from the at-home store. I went in there to see if they had any Christmas ornaments out yet, because last night I got to thinking about my trees and what I want to do. I'm doing two different color schemes for my trees this year, my two Christmas trees, and I don't have any of the ornaments yet. And I started looking around online at some ornaments. Um, I had to put on a hoodie. It's a little chilly. This not super chilly, but I put on this light thing because it was a little chilly out here. Um, I started looking at some ornaments, and then I thought, the at-home store might already have some stuff out. And I saw online that they opened at 9 this morning, so I went up there at 9. They have a little bit of Christmas out, not a lot. You can tell they're getting ready to start putting it out there. They've got the aisles emptied out for it, and they have the little planograms taped up to the things and the walls between the aisles. And but they had a ton of Halloween stuff out. They had a lot of Halloween, so I went ahead and I did a little walkthrough video of the Halloween stuff and a little bit of Christmas stuff and fall stuff. And I'm going to be editing that and posting it. I'm not going to post it today. It may be one day next week. I wasn't planning on making a video, but it was kind of quiet in there and the stuff was really cool, so I went ahead and made a video. But something happened at the very end, and you don't see it in the video. Something happened at the very end that has happened to me. I've done over 300 walkthrough videos, and it's happened probably a dozen times, I would say. And you don't see it in the video because it's usually in the background, or I cut it out, or it's just a piece of video I don't use. And it really bugs me, and I don't understand it, and I just wanted to tell you about it. Okay. I have noticed, well, I'll tell you what happened today. So I'm at the very end of my video, and I do the thing, where what I usually do when I do my little closing segment where I say thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed walking around in the store, blah, blah, blah. I say all that. It's like a 20 or 30 second little bit at the end that I do. When I do that part, after I finish the video, I go find a part of the store where there are no customers. I am in no one's way. It's quiet. Sometimes it's kind of in the corner of the store. It might be off to the side or something. So I went over to this part of the store where there was nobody over there. I wasn't going to be in anybody's way. That is rule number one when I make videos in stores. Stay out of the way and don't bother the customers, because, this store is not here for you. It's here for the customers. Stay out of the way. That is rule number one. Stay out of the way. And I do. I do a lot of ducking and dodging to stay out of people's way, but y'all don't see that. You may see me move from one area to another. I'm probably trying to get out of somebody's way. But here's what happened today. So, all right, there's nobody over there. Nobody, not a soul. And I'm doing my thank you so much for watching, and I'm just talking, and I see these three 20-somethings, like early 20s. These three look like college students, two girls and a guy, preppy looking, nice clothes, nice hair, nice teeth. These are probably upper middle class kids. And there are a lot of them around here. They go to High Point University or Greensboro College. These are, and I'm not talking shit about people. You can come from a family with a little bit more money and not be an asshole. But here's what they did. I don't think they knew who I was. I mean, I am recognized sometimes in public, but I don't think these people knew who I was. They saw me doing this, though. They saw me. And they started speed walking toward me. Power walking toward me. They wanted to get either right behind me or right in front of me. I have had this happen probably a dozen times. And it's always the same kind of people that do it. I got done right before they did it. They ran behind me and just busted out laughing. They were trying to get in my video. They were trying to fuck it up. I have had this happen, I'd say probably a dozen times. Most of the time I don't have a problem. But these they're like college kids. Late teens, early 20s. Every single time, 100%. Preppy, yuppie looking kids. What is that about? Why? They did it on purpose. They went by just laughing like hell. They power walked over to try to fuck my video up. I would never do that. I don't understand the mindset. How did all three of y'all simultaneously decide to do that? There wasn't a word exchanged. They all three instantly started power walking. All three of them started doing this right here, deliberately, had like a beeline right towards me when they saw what I was doing. Why? What motivates people to do that? I've had it happen in the fancy Walmart. Most of the time when it happens, it's in the fancy Walmart, where I'll just say a lot of High Point University students shop. They go in there, and that Target over there. I've had it happen in there a few times. These preppy little buttoned up, shit don't stink college kids, they will deliberately try to get into the video or do something. They see what I'm doing. It's usually when I'm doing an opening segment or a closing segment. They will either try to get in the video or screw it up somehow. They will start shrieking and making noise. They will get right up next to me. And usually when I see them coming, I just stop and wait for them to go away. I have no words for this. I don't understand. People fascinate me. They do. What were the thoughts that went through the minds of these people for them to all three simultaneously decide, hey, there's a lady over there. Let's go screw her video up. That'll be funny. There wasn't a word exchanged. It was like groupthink with these people. Are they aliens? What are they doing? I would never, and most people don't do that. Most people don't. If I'm in the middle of recording a segment and somebody happens to come over there, I try to make it quick. I try to wrap it up so I can get out of their way. But most people, if they come around the corner and they see it, they'll just go around. And that's what I would do. If I saw somebody doing that, I just give them a wide berth. I just go around. I mean, in a store, it's not hard to do. You can go around. It's not like everybody has to go the same way. These three kids did it on purpose. It was very deliberate. They were not going to look at something. It's not like they saw something and got excited about it. Because they stopped right behind me and started laughing. They weren't looking at anything. They were looking at me. It was deliberate as hell. And they didn't care that I knew that. I think they liked the fact that I knew it. So, how do you raise kids like that? How do you raise kids that go out in public and do shit like that? It really bugs me, and I'm sitting here like, I don't know that this would bug everybody. A lot of people might not even notice, but the fact that it's happened to me several times before, you start to kind of pick up on the pattern. It's always these same kind of kids. These kids that, and I'm not trying to judge people, but they're wearing nice clothes. You can tell they're well groomed. They've had braces. These are not poor people. They're not. These kids come from at least a bit of money. I'm not saying they're rich, but upper middle class maybe. What are you doing to raise kids that do shit like that? What are you doing? They weren't raised right. I'm going to sit here and tell you now, they were not raised right. A kid that was raised right, it would never occur to them to do that. It wouldn't. I'm just going to say it. It wouldn't occur to them to do that to anybody. You at the very least would look at them and go, oh, okay. They would have not gotten anywhere near me by the time I finished the video. They power walked to get over there as fast as possible. And I wrapped it up right before I said bye-bye, and I hit stop right as they got up to me. I don't understand it. And what are these people going to be like as adults? Can you imagine having one of these people as your supervisor? Could you imagine having one of these people as your coworker? They are going to be insufferable if they don't change. And I'm walking out to my car and I'm thinking, well, they can change. It's never too late. You think about Ebenezer Scrooge. I know it's a story, but he was an old man, but he was able to change his ways. But if they have no motivation to change, they won't change. Will they ever have a motivation to change? I don't know, maybe. Life can be very humbling. Because I knew some kids in school that thought they were just hot shit. But life has a way of knocking you down a peg or two when you really think you're something. Maybe it will happen to them, maybe it won't, but I don't look forward to a future of these, I'll just say it, assholes being in charge of anything. If you're going to go out of your way to bother people who are bothering no one, what the hell kind of frame of mind do you have the rest of the day? I mean, you just walk around thinking that, that's funny. That's your source of entertainment. I don't get it. And it's really annoying. That's one thing I don't like about making videos in the Taj Mahal Mart, or that Target over there near High Point University, because there are so many of these kids in there. And it's mostly a lot of girls. They're 18 to 21, and they enjoy doing that because they can see what you're doing. They either thought I was making a video or I was talking to somebody. They all three simultaneously decided they wanted to come see what they could do to mess it up. I don't get it. And that's really all I had to say about it. I just there's a lot of shit that goes on off camera that you don't see. There's a whole lot that goes on that you don't know about. I kind of thought it was universal. I was raised to have respect for other people. Respect other people's space, respect their boundaries. Treat other people the way you would like to be treated. I don't care who they are. I don't care how much money they got. I don't care what color they are, religion. I don't care where you're from in the world. Treat everyone the way you want to be treated. I kind of thought everybody was raised that way. But I guess not. I mean, I would never do that to somebody. And I can't wrap my head around it. I don't understand these people. But I do think a lot of kids are raised to believe, you know what, you are better than other people. And you know what, you can go out and do whatever you want. It's okay. They're not going to say anything to you. And if they do, just remind them who your daddy is. Remind them who your mother is. And they'll shut right up. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm reading too much into the whole thing, but it really irritated me. I had so much fun making that video, and at the very end, these three assholes went and did that. I should have kept recording. Just to see what they would do. But I didn't. I hit stop right before they got there. Because I could see that they were headed straight for me, and I didn't know what they were about to do, and I wanted to be ready for whatever the hell was about to happen. It was very obvious they were headed straight for me. And at first I thought, well, maybe they recognized me. Nah, I don't think so. I don't think they did. I don't know what that was about. I think it's about the fact that there are a lot of kids being raised to think that they are better than other people, and they can treat strangers any way they like depending on what that stranger looks like or who that stranger is. That's some dangerous shit, man. We don't need young people being raised like that. But I guess in a way there have always been people raised like that. I mean, it's not a new thing, I guess, but it just annoys me when I'm trying to make a video and these people do that. And it's always the same people. It's always the same type of people. It's these young I guess they're college kids. I don't know. They don't look like they've ever done a day's worth of hard work in their life. I can tell you that. They're very soft. I don't mean like literally, but they just look like they've never really done anything. They've never done any actual work ever. So, yes, they're very well manicured and groomed and, and dressed and coiffed and yes. Anyway, I'm just a humble nobody out here trying to make videos to share with the world, and I hope that most people would not raise their children to go out into the world and behave that way. If I ever saw my kids doing that, I would spank them in the store. I wouldn't care if they were 20. I would spank their ass for treating a stranger like that. I'd whip their ass in the store. I would. I would have picked up one of those Jack Skellington yard signs and I would have spanked their ass like it was a paddle. But I guess not everybody's like that. Anyway, just a little thing that I have to deal with sometimes when I make videos, especially around High Point University. This store is not near High Point University, so maybe they were out of their element. And I'm not saying all these kids go to High Point University. I'm not dissing High Point University, but I do think a lot of them come from there. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. It's just a casual observation. I just wanted to tell somebody about it because it irked the shit out of me. But I'm going to forget about it. I'm going to go inside. I'm going to go in the house and I'm going to get this video off of my phone, put it on my laptop, and go back and watch it and edit it and put it together. And I'll probably post it one day this week. I don't know. I got open houses coming up for both of my kids this week, and I'm going to have some busy days this week. I'm also going to try to go up to my dad's one morning this week and take him some stuff. And so, yeah, it'll be one day this week more than likely. It probably won't be today. We have the Trapper Keeper video coming up later today. So, anyway, thank you so much for being here. I got that off my chest. I feel better now. Some kids are assholes, and I don't like it because not so much for the fact that I have to sometimes edit shit out of my video because of them, or cut sections out because of them, but because I just hate the thought of these people being in charge of anything. I shudder to think. I can't stand the thought of these people being in charge of anything. Oh, dear God. Ugh. Anyway. Be humble, be kind. Don't be an asshole. Just, that's my request for today. Don't be an asshole. I will try not to be one as well. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you again soon.